at this thing coming down there, like. Look at this thing, man. Yeah. Operation Overlord. It's a Hummer. It's a converted Hummer, isn't it? 42 Mike. They're hot pitting over at Lakenheath this morning, which basically means landing and refueling with the engines still running. Morning, folks. Hope you're all well. Let's just do a little PTC. Now, you are, morning everybody. Right, you are going to enjoy this. Okay, I insist. GP, you can go comms whenever you like. Okay, cheers. Hope you're all well. Can you hear me, mother? Can you hear me, mother? A big warm welcome and a big thanks to Mark Wallace as well from Ramstein Air Base, or Ramstein Air Base, wherever it is, for this wonderful apparel. We're just going to go comms on this any second now. So back up here in Norfolk, Suffolk, whichever part of the world you want to geographically put yourself in. We are at Mildenhall, folks. Now, why are we at Mildenhall when there's all that stuff going on over there at Lakenheath? Well, the reason is because we, as you know, managed to catch the U2 spy plane landing here at Mildenhall yesterday afternoon. Literally a lastminute.com sort of thing. Very, very fortunate to have got it. But apparently we're hearing that the reason for the issue was a minor fuel leak. So whether that was just a fuel line, whether it was just a small section of the fuel line, whether it was just one of the seals maybe, or just a slightly loose connection, whatever it might be. Easy fix, as it was, as we're hearing. So it will have been fixed by now, I'd imagine. Question is she going to go out today? Hearing sort of like mixed reports. Our good friend Stu from Airshow World, who's here in the campsite. Good day to you, Stu, if you're here somewhere around. He's got a mate as well, like we've got Mike up at RAF Mildenhall, as well as other people, spotters around the country, who tune in to all the different frequencies and radios and so on and so forth, trying to find out and hear what's going on around the military scene. And his source told him that it might be here for a few days, or because it needs more work. So we don't know exactly what's going on, folks, but the reason why I'm here is because we're not going to get this kind of opportunity very often. It doesn't come around like yesterday's landing. I think it's a good idea that we stick here today at Mildenhall. We have, of course, got the Ospreys parked up over there. Seen a little bit of activity going on with them. Their blades have been one of them has got quite a bit of activity going on around it. The blades have been put up into the vertical, or the blade is horizontal, but the body of the engine is in the vertical position. So whether that signifies that they're just storing it or just they're done with it, I don't know. But we might see a little bit of activity there. KC-135 tankers, of course, supporting the guys over there at Lakenheath. So we could see anything going on, really. Hopefully some tanker activity, maybe some Hercs. We do have a 135 parked up over there, which apparently has already is in contact with the tower. So we'll just carry on, get some comments, say good morning to you folks, and ease into our day 2 of Operation Thunder. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. It's Afterburner. Right. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So here we go. Let's just have a look and see what people think about that. We're going to spend all day filming planes from a distance. Oh, hello. Chocolates, peanuts, ocelots, noses. Hey. Okay, right, here we go then. So there's your Ospreys, folks. V22 Osprey. Anyone notice anything? Let's just have a little look here. Oh, really? Oh, brilliant. Here he comes again, look. Operation Thunderclap. Yeah. We'll have to get a load, won't we, Jimmy? We'll have to call up the US Air Force and just say, look, you know, because I'm guessing this is sort of like across the board USAF, isn't it? It's not a Ramstein specific blah blah blah. Yes. Akira. Yes. We are indeed in John's Field. Just £2 of your hard-earned cash. Drop it in the tin, and you're here all day, basically. Arrived here about 5 to 8 this morning, which gave us. Okay, let's just have a little look. So Herc's parked up. Hopefully, maybe see a little bit of activity with them later. We might have to talk amongst ourselves for the foreseeable. It is very hazy here, by the way, folks. That's why you're seeing such a hazy shot. Can he get it any better than that? But a lot of you may well. I've got to do a big shout out. First of all, to Arif. Arif, if you're watching, probably not, because I keep asking. I say, have you downloaded the app yet? Like, oh no, I've got to do that. Yeah, I've got to do that. It's like, well, do it then. Do it now while I'm on the phone. Oh no, I'll do it later. Anyway, ran through the whole camera, the X2000 yesterday with Arif when I got back, and Arif, we literally went through the whole thing. And thank you, Arif. The auto exposure level, AE level on the camera is what is key. It was actually set at -3 there. There's your reason for it being so dark. But I also have to say a big thank you to, he doesn't actually give his name. All I've got is Get Journeyman. Get Journeyman. And he emailed me yesterday. He's actually got the VX F1 and oh, okay. Oh, is it? Oh, it's a comment. Okay, I'm with you now. Yeah, I've got you. But anyway, Get Journeyman, thank you very much indeed for giving us that info. The one thing, obviously, the ND settings are off. There's no ND filter on it anyway. But Fluo, is on the icon settings, and yes, it wasn't on Flu, it's now on Flu, so that should give us a little bit better zoom clarity. So thank you so much, Get Journeyman, for all of that information. Big shout out to the Doncaster Spotters crew who we met up with yesterday. Of course, all the friendly folk over there at Lakenheath. got a KC-135, as I mentioned, off there in the distance. Looks like she's kind of ready to go out. A few I'm just going to switch it to 1 to see what happens. What's that, GP? Oh, okay. Johan Heino, good morning to you. Thunderbird Dragon. Bulldog, morning everyone. Quick visit from me. Lakenheath been busy already. 2 waves already been up. Should be non-stop there until about midnight tonight. Well, still on the same runway operations. Interesting that they are, when I arrived here, they were actually coming over the field here, like they normally do on their approach to 06, but seems like they're doing some slightly different manoeuvres over there at the moment, in terms of well, we've seen it before, circling the field and then landing. Kieran Barrett, good morning. Steve Cadge from a sunny Scotland. Rachel Dickinson, John Kemp. Big shout out to Andy, by the way. Oh, thought it was a Hercules. It's only a flipping. I thought it was Hercules coming. Yes. Speedy Robin, good morning. My other half, Danny, has decided to join us again for day 2. There we go. You see, Danny's getting into it now. Faiz Luckman, good morning to you. Mike B. Neil Schwartz. Civ Miller, folks. Civ Miller, great channel to follow on Twitter. As it sounds, Civ Mil Air. Oh, what was that I just heard? It sounded like a surge. That's probably one of the F-15s. Indeed, it was. In fact, there they are. There. Oh, say it there. Struggling a little bit on the focus there, so we'll have to deal with that as and when it's difficult, man, getting something so small at such a distance. Haze is starting to lift a little bit here. That'll be burnt off by the sun over time, so we'll hopefully get that on. Barbara Short, Keith Cornell, Karen Corcoran, the Bootle Wipe, good morning, John Kemp, Mike Weaver, Howard Scott, Flugelshaft, good morning to you, TJ, hope you're well. Stephen knows Philip. And TJ, just to, so you're aware, we're obviously planning, we'd like to try, if we can, to get out to Frankfurt at some point in time. Be good to meet you out there, if and when we do. I think Paul's going out there, I think Paul's going out on the 26th. I don't think we're going to do that one, only because of the fact that it's, you know, it's a little bit sketchy in terms of the being on a Wednesday, and of course we're getting even closer towards the point where we might be getting another Boeing 747 or Virgin Atlantic team going out a retirement flight once again, but we'll obviously keep tabs on that. Mark Walker, good morning to you, Mark, hope you're well. Oh yeah, Flugel. TJ, congratulations on your baby. Yes, the small Felina Charlotte is sleeping beside me. Maybe she wakes with Jerry's voice now. Oh, isn't that sweet?
Maybe I should talk like this for the rest of the day. There's a KC-135 coming up. It's taxiway
Brian Moss, happy birthday shout out, 65 today, Brian Moss. Congratulations, Brian. Wow, fair play. 65 years young. Alan Doyle, David Shepherd. Great day out at Coningsby yesterday, David Shepherd had. Yeah, daytime ops over at Coningsby this week. Mark Jones, good morning. The Horseman, good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Hadley Everest. Sir Richard Hadley. Alan Yalden, Jackie B, Harry, good morning to you. Baz Eatwell, there are a few good viewing areas here in Tenerife. At the South Airport, but not at the moment due to the current situation, may be worth noting for another day. Okay, most definitely. Always willing to explore new positions, new airports. Nick McNair, thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you, folks. Peter Room, good morning to you. Haim Weiner. Moreg, good morning. Phil Loxon, High Fly, commencing flights from Manchester on behalf of PIA from tomorrow. Spanish crew, not PIA. Interesting. So that will be the High Fly what? More than likely 330. They do have a 380, don't they? But that's doing PPE runs at the moment, I think. Mark Jones wants a shout out for his family friend's new kittens. There we go. Benton Radio. Bantam Radio. Sorry, good morning to you, Bantam Radio. A bit foggy today, James Clark. Yeah, mist. It's not even mist. It's just haze. It's not fog. It's just haze, and that will get burnt off by the sun very quickly. I can assure you. As soon as that sun comes out, it's bleeding blisteringly already. Just sticky. That's good. Got something. Beautiful 767 going out this morning. Unfortunately, arrived a little bit too late for that. Morning, folks. Hope you're all doing well. Big shout out to everybody on the Daily Express as well. It's a Daily Express, is it? It's a Ryanair. It's a Daily Express going to Dublin. Phil Loxham, High Fly 330. Thank you very much indeed. Indeed, it is their one of their 330s. TCC, Paul Skilling. Good morning. Captured TV. Are there any 380 freighters? If not, why not? Captured TV, purely because of the configuration of the aircraft. We've kind of been down this route before. I wouldn't like to say it makes it's common sense, but the thing is that obviously, as you can appreciate, a passenger aircraft doesn't have a floor that's strong enough to carry freight to start with on the upper deck at least. Also, as you can appreciate, the A380. In terms of its interior, wouldn't be viable for carrying large palletized freight or ULDs or whatever they might be, just because of the fact that you're quite restricted on height, and that's what freight is all about, is maximising the height. That's why the 777 is so popular, and of course you need that big freighter door as well at the side, which is kind of what we're looking at on that KC-135 over there, which to a lot of traditionalists would basically call a 707. but yeah, as you can see, that that large freighter door there, that's something that they would have to, if they were to convert a 380 into a freighter. They are obviously, as you're aware, utilising them for PPE, which is perfectly viable because there's not a lot of weight there. They don't need to strengthen the floor or anything like that. Of course, those PPE flights can also carry belly freight as well, but they're quite limited in terms of its carrying capacity, so to speak. Carrie Pender, good morning to you and welcome to Executive on Big Jet TV. Edward James, Daniel Skiathos, can we get the 757 flying over Manchester to Skiathos? Should be in about 5 minutes. Well, I'll have a go. Good to hear, by the way, that 757's going out. I mean, I know we had an engine surge yesterday due to a bird strike. I assume it landed safely. It's built and landed. But kind of ironic because the last time, if you remember, I think it was it Jet 2 yesterday's one? Yeah, we had I think the last one was actually a TUI 757, quite a famous, that made the news a few years back from memory. Let's fly to Skiathos. We should get it, you know. We should get it. We'll have a go. We'll definitely have a go, Daniel. Copsy, good morning to you. Phil Loxham, Matthew Watts, not Davey Watts, Sabira, Davina 2, Leslie Eglinton, Andrew Smith. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're well. Matthew Thunder, lots of people reporting the thunder and lightning last night, mainly in the Midlands, I believe it was. I think we had 1 inch of rain in about 26 minutes last night. It just bucketed it down. We need that all over the UK right now. We are desperately in need of some rain, but apparently the heat wave is coming to an end at the end of this week. But looking at some of those, that's a nice big cumulus that's getting itself set up for the morning show, isn't it? 7 till 9. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens there. So, who's noticed the fact that the camera is not dark anymore? Christy Davis, good morning. Christy in Orlando, Florida. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing well out there. Yeah, apparently Phil Loxham saying, yeah, it was confirming it was a Jet 2 757 yesterday. Engine surge like pop, 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 pop. RB211s, I'd imagine, on that TUI 757. Would I be right in saying that? Edward James, Osprey's moved on a bit since the Fairy Rotodynes. Wow, we're talking about an old school plane there, that's for sure. Peter Room, Pauline Stewart, good morning to everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube. Lee Kennedy. Lee Kennedy said it was spectacular last night. Haven't had a storm like that in years. I tell you what, I love a good storm. I love a good storm. Especially when the rain is just smashing down on the roof, you know, and you're just tucked up inside and like, come on, Sam. You know, especially when it's hot as well. It's crazy. South Africa, you don't want to get caught out in one of those like afternoon. About 4 o'clock, you can literally time your watch by it out in Joburg at least. Carrie Pender, welcome to Executive on YouTube. Yeah, and during some points of the year, I think it's mainly in the summertime that you get the big giant flying ants which come out just before the storm, or the rain, should I say. Alex Page, thank you very much indeed. Claire Calder, he's fine. Thank you, Claire. Fortunately, I've got tiled floors, so Chachi just lies on the floor because it's cold. Because the floor's cold. But he did come in the other day after lying down out. He came in the other day after flying. All right, mate. Roger, Charchi. Clear 27 right. Wind is gusting 25. Meow, 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 meow. But yeah. Santi, these misty view reminds me of arriving early in the morning to big military air shows in the 90s. Ah, the memories, yes indeed. And the silence as well. I remember all of those, I remember those days of arriving. Being early as well. Being early, look. The early arrivals. Granny and Grandad. So, yeah. Come on, boys. Fire it up. Sounds like Charlie. Claire Colville, low-flying cat. James Clark, 757 planes are old, yeah, but still good workhorses. Still a very twin jet in it, so it's going to win over, you know, a carrier given the option 757, 747. Well, if we got the demand, we'll run the 747, but 9 times out of 10, the 757 is going to win over, isn't it? Steve from the UK. Oh. There's a geezer standing on top of it and walking along the roof of it. Does that mean he's going to take the engine covers off? I think he is. Is he taking engine covers off? Keep an eye on him. Love it. Yeah. They do. WWNB Gaming stayed up until 1 o'clock to see this. Oh, WWNB! I hope we can deliver for you. But thank you for staying up. Russ Phillips, good morning to you. Les Tankard, Matthew Watts, 757's 11. Yeah. I think as a true aviation. Wow, listen to that. Listen to that. Can you hear that? Why has he got a laptop? Well, good question, but it's probably just diagnostics test of some sort. Bit like taking your car down a garage, isn't it? They literally plug it in. These days, the modern cars, you know, the service manual there isn't such a thing as a service manual anymore. Morning. There isn't such thing as a service manual anymore. It's just you plug it in. It's an electronic key. Everything's on your key, basically, in the majority of these keyless cars. And you know, when I say keyless, you know, there's no actual like pointy bit that comes out. You just stick it in. And that is also doubles as a memory card, basically, which is crazy. Teabag upgraded to members to executive. What I was thinking, folks, with all you guys in executive, membership. Thank you for joining, by the way. What we'll do is next week, when we've finished this lot off, and if of course things don't get hectic next week, they sometimes do, I think we'll do a day at the office with all you guys, and we'll sit down and do an edit together. We'll edit the Schiphol piece together and put a nice piece together for you guys, and then we can all sit down and watch it together. If you fancy that. Eddie James, a mate of mine flies the 777 long haul. He showed me his tablet with all flight details, loads, etc. Same with that Osprey pilot, I assume. Yes, yeah. I mean, is that the pilot there? Well, who's the geezer with the laptop then? Is that the geezer sitting on the wing there? Wow, here comes the heat. Here comes the heat, folks. So I think it's time for the silly hat. Wow, Hadley Everest. He's out in New Zealand, isn't he? Sorry about that. Sorry folks, stand by. Sorry about that. Rickles. What? Andy Kitson. Oh, is he? Andy Kitson down at Lakenheath. Is it? Well, there will be, won't there? I just, the reason why we're here, folks, and not over at Lakenheath, is obviously we can go over to Lakenheath tomorrow, we can go whenever we need to, you know, but we're just not going to get this opportunity. The last thing we want to be is over there, and we hear that the U2's going out from Mildenhall. So I think the thing to do is just to hunker down and just be patient. Robert Edwards. Mick Fudge. It's only 24 at Manchester at the minute, looking like it's about to get stormy. Wow. Okay. Just saw that ski atlas found 757, unfortunately. Phil Loxham, Air Canada will be commencing flights from Manchester from June 2021. Using their own planes and not Rouge, but 2021. So does that mean Rouge are going to be continuing up until 2021, or is there just not going to be any Canadian flights, Air Canada, or their? Because yeah, of course, Rouge are the discount or bargain basement, cheap flights arm of Air Canada. So interesting that they're going to be going into Manchester with the Rouge, with their own jets rather than Rouge. Interesting that. So it's obviously some kind of a deal that they may have struck with Manchester. Mr. 67 Steve, good morning to you. Janet Cutler. Rab H, thank you very much indeed. Just talking about the catch with the U2 spy plane yesterday. Very, very fortunate indeed, has to be said. You know, we've. I think that's along the same lines as the catch that we had with the red arrows, wasn't it? Where we just just about managed to get the red arrows as well. Rich from Sheffield asking about what was the full story with the U2. As far as we know, Rich, it was we had heard that it was an engine issue yesterday, but apparently it was a minor fuel leak, which could have been just a fuel line maybe come loose ever so slightly, maybe maybe one of the hoses, maybe one of the injectors, one of the seals, who knows? But anyway, it's an easy fix, as was fed back to us. So it will have probably been fixed by now. However, two conflicting reports. One saying that it could effectively go up today. I personally would have thought that they would want to get that thing back in the air as soon as possible rather than sitting on the ground. However, another report saying that apparently it might be here for a few days. So we don't know at this stage exactly what's going on. Edward James, is Jerry's audio very low or is it just you? Jelly, check that audio. Check we're all right, please. Sorry, Jelly, can you check? Sorry. No, that's because I had the mic on the blah blah. So just everything all right on that? How does your garden grow? Hold on a minute. Let me just. Yeah. Okay. Well, I've just turned the mic on me basically, so it might be a little bit. Okay. The grumpy jock. What a great. Oh, I could just see him now. Oh no. How does the U2 not topple over when it lands? I only saw the two landing gear in the middle yesterday. Good question, that grumpy jock. I'll call you Jock. Basically, it has stabilizers, which when it lands, it will stop at the end of the runway, and then the ground teams will come out with those with the stabilizers or whatever it is you want to call them, and they will then, that's how the aircraft will be, I think it's then towed, I'm not sure, I don't think it taxis per se. I mean, this is all me thinking that, you know, obviously it would be probably quite a difficult thing to taxi, so to speak, unless maybe actually, yes, it possibly does. Perhaps somebody can enlighten me on that, but obviously it needs those stabilizers, and then when it takes off, the stabilizers will disconnect, and literally it'll leave them on the runway, and then when it either comes back to that airbase, the ground team, I'm guessing, will go out there and be ready for it when it comes into land, I'd imagine. TCC, Jerry was the interceptor yesterday, catching the U2. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, Andrew Dance, 60% chance of a possible storm over Lakenheath around 11. Well, I tell you what, we do have most definitely some thunderclouds, thunder, over the top of us, coming towards us, most definitely, at the moment. So we'll have to see. We'll just have to see what happens, and we don't want to be standing out in the middle of the. Jack Stevens, welcome to Economy, Jack. Phil Loxham, Toronto to Manchester route. Is that perhaps the reason why Air Canada are taking it on rather than Rouge? Thank you, Nigel. Phil Loxham, Air Transat are currently doing the route with their 321 Neo. Yes, which we caught at where did we catch the 321 Transat Neo? It was Toulouse, wasn't it? It was Toulouse, yeah. The first time as well, I think, from memory. RAB H, any fuel leak is highly dangerous though. Yeah, of course, most definitely. Apparently it was a minor fuel leak, so it was just obviously one of the sensors picked it up that there was a little bit of drop in pressure, because obviously fuel is all delivered under pressure, so I'd imagine that the pressure may have dropped ever so slightly, so that caused the sensors to send a flag out to the folks up on the flight deck. Multi-pork. Oh, multi-pork pie, sorry. Yeah, Ospreys. Let's hope that, seems that one nearest us, but she's still got her engine covers on, hasn't she? So I think they're just doing general sort of like ground on-wing maintenance or checks or whatever it might be. Anonymous Bob, welcome to First Class. Bob, you're very welcome. Horseman. The wingtips, TCC setting, the wingtips hitting the ground is made of titanium, then the pogo wheels attached and taxis itself, I read. Okay, there we go, TCC. But obviously someone has to attach those stabilizing pogo legs, whichever you want to call them. So the wingtips are protected by a titanium plate. Yes, I get that. That makes a lot of sense. So the pogo wheels now, are they called pogo wheels? Do they have a certain amount of give in them? Have they got a certain amount of suspension in them then? Are they sprung? Either mechanical spring or hydraulic or air spring? Let me know on that one. Always really interesting to know stuff like that. But very interesting that it will. I can see and understand the fact that it does taxi under its own power. Wow. It seems like there's a lot going on with that right now, does there? Luxair will commence Manchester flights with Dash 8 planes from September. So it looks like Manchester's coming back to life quite rapidly by the sounds of things. And that's great to hear. Cornell. Are there any hairs around? No, trust me, man. I'm very. I've got a bit of a, I'm very observant when it comes to seeing wildlife. So anything sprouts out, I'll obviously film it. Horseman, thank you. Andy Lambie. Andy Lambie. I'm new member and first time on the chat. Andy, a very good morning to you. Got any questions? Tell us what you know. If you're knowledgeable, if you want to find out stuff, then we're all the same. Like we were just talking about the pogo, the outboard pogo stabilizers for the U2 spy plane. Something that you sort of like take for granted when you see it, but the questions are obviously there to be answered. So Jazz M, U2 made an emergency landing due to a low priority fuel leak, or just a pressure reading possibly, I don't know, but it is apparently an easy fix and something that has now been fixed as well. But we can't see her on the airfield, and we are stationing ourselves here today purely to try and get that U2 if it does go out today. But who knows? I mean, how long do we stay? How long do we wait for? We're supposed to be hopefully getting a little bit of tanker action in the next hour, I would have thought, at least, wouldn't we? JU53, good morning and welcome to Executive JU. Anonymous Bob. William Harvey, can you do a show at London Gatwick now? It's starting to pick up again. Well, William, absolutely. Again, we've got a great relationship with the teams down at London Gatwick, and yes, one thing that we're going to miss down there, as we all know, is that 747 Virgin Atlantic 747. Never going to see that going out of there again. BA 777s. Are the BA 777s operational out of there at the moment? That's something I'd like to get an update on, because whenever we filmed down there, we used to get a regular flight of 777s. On any one day, we would get 4 or 5 of them landing and departing. Reke Rat, you have a cell moving up from south-southeast, possibly on you around 11:35. Well, I tell you what, that looks like that looks like it might get here a little bit earlier than that. Let me just double check that I'm all set up for rain, which I am. I've got an umbrella with me. We've got the waterproof cover for the camera. Cats operating in gangs. How's that picture today, folks? Graham Dew, welcome to Economy, Graham. Good to see you here. Thank you. And Janet Cutler, does the U2 have a pilot and crew? I think the U2 will have somebody definitely in the back seat, obviously, because they fly at such high altitude. I think they wear special suits to combat the high altitudes, much like they used to on board. Well, I don't know, actually. Maybe because it's so well pressurised, they may not need that. Again, let's find out. But I'd imagine there's somebody on board that's, 1 or 2 people that are on board the aircraft to carry out the surveillance, utilise the surveillance equipment, etc., etc. But yeah, have a look, Google it. How many flight crew on a U2 spare plane? JU53 is tuning in from Oklahoma in United States of America. Graham Dew, welcome. Stephen Owens, rain starting here in West Essex. Okay. Well, if it comes, it comes. There's nothing we can do about it, is there? I'll tell you what, that cell's coming very close to us. There are a few 777s operating out of London Gatwick just now, Tony McCall telling me. Thank you. Okay, so that's worth it. That's worth it. Maybe we should do a show out of Gatwick. Obviously, it's much more beneficial when they're on, I think it's zero, is it 05s out of Gatwick? Hilly Hog. Good morning, Hilly Hog. Is it 08s? Okay. 08 and 26, that's it. Yeah, haven't been down there for such a long time. Oh, that's right, yeah. And Paul Skilling says, yes, there is a BA 777 heading out of Gatwick now. So that's good to know that, because there was speculation that that they were going to be ceasing operations with British Airways out of London Gatwick, but that's all come back. That's good to see. That tanker has closed its cargo door. Steps have been shifted. So hopefully we might see one of these jets coming out. It's worth it. Wow. Yeah, there's quite a lot of activity on that Osprey, isn't there? So I'd imagine that if anything, the backbone of that aircraft must be carbon, I'd imagine. Wouldn't imagine it would be alloy, but then again, yeah, strengthened alloy, plating that they can walk on. I doubt they're using hobnail boots, but there we go. Dylan Hutchinson, none at all. But I did yesterday on the way back when I went to buy my food. I did. Oh, the lights are on the KC-135. The tanker is alive by the looks of it. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's alive! Abby Normal. I thought you said Abby Normal. AB Normal, you idiot. He's got the wrong brain, didn't he? Young Frankenstein. Great movie. Oh, a jock telling us the picture is perfect. That's what we want to hear. Thank you, GN Man. Debash mode landed at Gatwick when I came to study in London. Delta believe it was an L1011 TriStar. Wow, back in 1986. Yeah. Oh, Phil Loxton, the Birdstrike Jet 2 757 is back in the air doing flight training laps at Manchester right now. Sure, it's flight training laps and not an engine test, Phil. Might be, especially after that issue yesterday. I'd imagine they'd have to sort of like, you know, blow out the cobwebs or the feathers, so to speak. TCC, love the picture, bright and sharp. Love it, love it. Here we go. Even though I can hardly see that 707. But mind you, what I see on my monitor is completely different to what you guys see. So. Oh, okay, David Edwards. The aircraft is a U2S senior span variant, which has the data link pod mounted above the fuselage. That's interesting, David, because I was actually, when we were just discussing that on the way back, I was actually saying to Jilly, I can't recall seeing the pod on the back of a U2. So that would be the reason why I was confused about it, because obviously some of them do and some of them don't. David, thank you very much indeed for confirming that. So it is a variant, the senior span variant. Senior, does that mean he's got a bus pass? Oh, Thomas Forster, U2 is a single seat. Wow, that's a multitasking pilot there. Wow. Single seat U2, Luke Fangia. U2 single seat, Philip Thorley, thank you very much indeed. Ian McDermott, good morning. Leon Neeb, thank you. Robert Colborne, sound good, picture good, clear, allowing heat haze. David Curtis, it's a space suit, yes, there we go. So high altitude, crazy, you can obviously see the curvature of the earth when you're up there. The pilots need to breathe, the U2 pilot needs to breathe pure oxygen for up to 1 hour before the flight, due to the extreme high altitudes. Wow, he has to breathe pure oxygen for up to an hour before the flight. Wow. Only 2 5-seater trainers made for the U2, TCC telling us. The temperature is dropping by the minute, literally, because I can see that dirty great big cloud coming out this way. And in fact, the picture is starting to clear a little bit as well. So we're going to get some rain, folks, but I'm prepared for it. We're all ready. Christopher Hodgkinson, warming up nicely in Castleford, West Yorkshire. Good morning to you. Hayden Thirl, when are the jets going out? Well, Hayden, this is the whole sort of gamble that we're here for today, is to see whether or not we can get this U2 going out. It's a spectacular departure. She'll power up all the way down the runway, and then literally she'll go up vertical. Apparently an amazing sight to see. Ben Gourlay, good morning and welcome to Big Jet TV. Good to have you with us. Yeah, they're still on. Yeah. So this KC tanker coming out soon. Philip Thorley, general characteristics. Crew, 1 capacity, 5,000 pound payload, length 63 feet, wingspan 103 feet. Incredible glider like performance, I'm imagining, on that on the U2. Jackie B, Hadley Everest. Does the UK get the NASA 747? We get it every winter. Not seen it here myself, Hadley. Somebody may have seen it, may have, I don't know if it has been in at all, okay, we've got quid 89 on the way back, so say about that. Okay, David Edwards, there is a 2-seater version for pilot training. Okay, for the U2, interesting. Good morning, Melvin Laycock. Baz Walk. There we go. All single-seaters. There are a couple of 2-seaters. Thank you. Good question, Matthew Watts. Can anyone confirm what is the max height? Well, F-15 can fly at 65,000 feet. I'd imagine it's going to be almost up to as far as the almost to the point where it's outside the stratosphere. Would that be right, or near to it? Tony Hayes, I will do that. Thank you very much indeed. Les Turner, good morning and welcome. Debash mode, you don't need to, but thank you very much indeed. Horseman, again, thank you. Really appreciate it. Jock. Oh, there we go, look. Thought I heard something. Cool. KC-135, still stationary. Got a fly right in front of me. He's just standing on the camera, just cleaning himself. Fair play. Anthony Cliff, good morning. Nice to have you on while prepping for my lectures next year. Wow, good luck with that. Wayne P88, welcome Wayne to Big Jet TV. You two only had a fuel leak which reduced engine power. It could be departing today if the engineers from Fairford arrived quickly. Okay, so there we go. I'd imagine they would have definitely come back down overnight, wouldn't they? Okay, there we are. JF Bryson, I think it's just over 80,000 feet, similar to the SR-71 Blackbird, yes. Wow. SR-71 Blackbird. Expanded so much due to the friction, the heat at high altitude and at speed, of course, that it had to have drip tanks placed underneath its wings whilst it was on the floor, whilst it was on the deck, to catch fuel that literally leaked out of it. Just crazy. Daniel Morgan was listening to Quid 89 and NATO Sentry up here in Scotland on scanner. It was refueling the Sentry. Wow. So Quid 89, is that the one that's on its way back to us, Julie? Oh, okay. Tony Hayes saying 90,000 feet. Team GT. So there's obviously some conflicting results here. 70,000 feet, 80,000 feet, 90,000 feet. Mark Ashall, good morning to you. Andy Tunstall, thank you very much, Andy. Appreciate the stars. Andrew Beard, Quid 89, heading back south from the North Sea, flight level 260. Okay, so should see a little bit of action in the near future. We've got a KC-135 taxiing out now. Here we go. So here we go, folks. Action on. It's Quid 39, is it? Or 89? It is 89, is it? So I don't know whether she's going to do full length departure. Hopefully she will. No, those ones haven't arrived yet. No. You see how sticky it is? Popping, it's just pop, pop, pop. That's going out. Go on, turn right, mate. Turn towards us. Turn towards us. Come on, girl. All the way up towards us now. So he's got the tiller linked up to the rudder at the moment. That's why the rudder's moving, because he's activating the tiller for the front wheel steer. Yes, mate, that's it. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Final checks. Yeah. Oh, this is this little French prop. No, that's not. Yeah, big gnarly aeroplane, man. Sounds like a 707 as well, even though they are, I think they might even just be CFM56 or CF6 engines, one of the two. Okay. Nothing else on approach GP, no? Anthony Cliff, yes, I think that was a French aircraft. is so cool. That is so cool, man. Hope you all enjoyed that, 'cause I did. Yeah. TBM 700 should be departing in about 1 hour. Interesting. That's coming in from Mikey. Oh, okay, so he's gonna... Okay, nothing exciting. Right, okay. Oh. Dogfight. We have, just as a little weather update, folks, blue skies. And look at this dirty, great big system that's threatening us right now. Could get a little bit of precipitation. Runway switched. WWNB Gaming. Runway switched. Howard Scott flew on a British Air Tour 707-400 with Rolls-Royce Conway engines to Malta in '76. Wow. I mean, that actually sounded like an old 707 with Conway engines, didn't it? Phil Eagle, a big jet takeoff with no buses or lampposts, yeah. Yes, but that's the one thing that we do get at Heathrow, at least we do get the volume. Les Tankard, the 135, old Boeing 707, obviously on the airframe of the 707. I think they're given the KC designation just because of the tanker. But yes, indeed, they are actually a 707. Gaz Grill, thank you. Nanebot, Spitfire, RAF 100, Rab H, Fowles, Lackman, Anonymous, US Army Piper PA 18150 Super Cub flying near Bury St Edmunds currently. Good morning, JP. Phase just made it in time for that one. And we've got one coming back, haven't we? And we've got one coming back as well. Thanks, Jackie B. Thanks, folks. Janet Cutler, thank you so much. Adam Oatley. I see it on the side like that. It looks like an F-14. Okay. WWNB Gaming, how to find RAF Mildenhall. Well, to be honest with you, the best thing to do is go on Google Earth. If you've got a satellite option on your laptop, PC, phone, whatever, type in RAF Mildenhall. And when you go over above it, you'll see how close it is to Lakenheath as well. We are literally very, very close. As the, what was it someone said yesterday, as the Hercules flies. 720B also, yes, of course. The shorter, stubbier variant of the 707 was the 720. Wow. Oh, oh, here's something starting up. Oh, can you hear that whistle? Hi there. Yeah. Absolutely no idea. It's a lottery. Something's just started up over there. So I don't know what that is. Single jet by the sounds. Yes, it does. Interesting. Interesting to see, to hear. There is an engine starting up round the corner here, folks. It does sound high pitched, doesn't it? Whiny sort of. And if it comes out from over there, it's just going to be epic. Will it? Well, it won't come out from anywhere else, will it? Wow. Well, we caught this landing yesterday. Luckily. Very lucky. Yeah. How you doing, Andy? How you doing, Dan? Ben, sorry. Is it? Cool, man. Brilliant. Blimey, 2 years ago, eh? Okay, folks. So this is either a very small jet, single engine by the sounds of it. It's the one giveaway thing, is it's a single engine, so this could be it, folks. This could be it. We've got runway inspection going on here. So the noise that we're hearing is coming from over there, folks. Let's just wait and see. A 60-foot wingspan, I think, on this. Adam Oakley, good afternoon. Good morning, sorry. Dave Nichols. If you're just joining us now, folks, we're questioning whether this might be the U2 that's taxiing out, that's just started up. It's a single engine, so let's just see what happens, shall we? That's a nice t-shirt. Where'd you get that from? Oh, and sticker on the car and all. Look, the sticker on the car, look. Fantastic. Good lad. That's cool, man, that's cool. You what, mate? Oh, do you? This might be the U2. Let's hope. That's for test. Okay. Graham, Dew, it's really hard to get any work done with such a great street. I tell you what, it is interesting because this fella yesterday, he was like, "You're a pain in the arse, you know, you are." You know, I never managed to get up on a Saturday morning. It was funny. Him and his missus, lovely couple. If you're watching right now, guys, lovely to meet you. An absolute pleasure to meet you. You know what I'm like with names, but I'm sorry if. But it was an absolute pleasure to meet you. Locals up here. Hadley Evers. That's a very nice Focus. The Ford Focus. It's a bit like a racetrack, isn't it? Could be a racetrack. See what that was. Might just be an engine runner. Ground check. Yes, GN man. Ooh, the anticipation. Got one. Yep. WWNB Gaming 767 scheduled to go out Mildenhall 10:03. He's already gone, I'm afraid. WWNB. The Grumpy Jock. Still running. Yeah, it's health and safety though, wasn't it? No, just the fact that it was falling apart. And they probably would have got broken legs and lots of lawsuits, you know? There was a 767 at Mildenhall earlier on. Beautiful old girl. Fantastic departure. Unfortunately, a little bit too early for us. Oh, Horseman, we did an air test the other day. Oh, is that with the P51? Wow. Valerie Dickens, Wendy, Ali and Philip. Good morning to you. Andrew Beard. Classes as a rotary fixed wing. Andrew Beard, I think he's probably talking about the V22 Osprey. Or Osprey. We'll go back to the... go back to that, because it is a great looking aircraft. Wouldn't want to call it a helicopter. It is an aircraft. Oh, is it moving? Brian Mitchell. Ian Harris, during a delivery at Mildenhall, had to drive under escort along the taxiway, had to give way to a strato tank around the Galaxy. The person escorting me said, "Was that close enough for you?" Ian Harris, wow, what a memory, man. What a great memory that was. Bring it on. Now known as Warhorse. ABX cargo, yes, thanks, Jilly. Indeed. That's all she had written on her, ABX. And we caught that also, where we, not the EMA, that was it, yes. Yes. Ian McDermott is sat in his dining room shelling peas that he picked up from his allotment whilst watching Big Jet TV. Oh, that's fantastic, though. That's a reward, isn't it? I bet it's hard not to eat the bleeding things because they're lovely, freshly shelled peas. Rich from Sheffield, working from home today, or at least trying to. Lynn Keeble. Lynn, the road is inside the base. There's an interior perimeter track, which it's like a little mini town, really. Adrian Anderson at work and watching. Naughty. Very, very naughty. Pleasure, Darren. Brian Mitchell. Why are the water tanks so high up at the air bases? Yeah, good question. I mean, it's very American style, isn't it? High up water tanks. Guessing, is that something to do with the fact of security, perhaps, or even perhaps the fact that if they're up high, the pressure will they don't need to pump it, so to speak. It will it's an automatically pressurized system as it's coming from above. I'm guessing that's my take on it anyway. WWNB out there in New Zealand, he can't go to sleep because WWNB, let's just wait and see what it is that is around the corner here before you head off to sleep, because you don't want to miss this. Bulldog, quid 89 on its way back. How far out is she? Mike? Wow, no, but yeah, that's incredible. Okay. Air freight prices have increased from $14 to $40 per kilo. Incredible. You just basically name your price, can't you? It's terrible. David Curtis. There we go, Mark Sanderson. Gravity fed. So there we go. Possibly, you know. I think so, yes. Kenneth Story, emergency water supply. I'd imagine that's probably rainwater that's collected, isn't it? Wouldn't that be rainwater and then filtered in some way? Mark Sanderson, gravity, HGs for the pressure, yes. Ben R. Funny enough, you should say that, Ben. We're actually at Heathrow tomorrow for a member's arrival. So I'm going to flick out of these, just stand by. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Just want to get Oh. Okay, so WWNB, It's 2:30. It's 9:30 p.m. in New Zealand. Okay, fair enough. Okay, no idea where he is. Wow, WW remembers watching the SR-71 at Mildenhall. Couldn't get much better than that. Oh, hello. Stir it up. Now watch the props, because they're in the feathered position right now, so they're basically facing forward. Here we go. That's just one prop. This is a ground, might be a ground run on one engine. I think they might be just, by the looks of, is this just a ground run possibly? Keith Cornell, Quid 89, just crossing the Norfolk coast at North Walsham. Thank you. Speedway Chips, good morning. Whereabouts at Heathrow will you be tomorrow? We will be at the Renaissance. We do have engines start up on this Herc. Looks like that's defo going out. Love the sound of the Hercules. Katie Sale, no, don't go away. We do have what we believe to be the U2, possibly. In fact, I'm not even going to say we believe it to be, but we do have a single jet powered aircraft to our right behind those trees that we can't quite see at the moment. So we don't know whether it is. That's the sound of an air show, that is. Of course, don't forget, folks, these aren't piston engines like your old Merlin engines, which, you know, all fire up with all smoke pouring out of them and everything, which is a great sight, has to be said. These are turbine engines, turboprop. Ah, WWMB lives in Seattle. Sorry, mate. Thought you were out in New Zealand. My apologies. Yeah, contra-rotating props on the Antonov 70, I think, Mark, if I'm right in saying. Incredible sounding thing. Say it there, cheers, mate. 6Y. My mum hates everything military, but even loves the Herc. You said the Merc then. Quid 89 has reg 58-0113. Andy Hall saying. Fire extinguisher out where, sorry? Oh, right, so she's going to fire up as well. Yes, we're going to have an Osprey, folks. We've also got one of the fire extinguishers, which basically indicates that we could have. Let me just quickly zip away from that quickly. I think they're still working on it, but keep an eye out for Quid 8. It all happens at once, doesn't it? Every time, always happens at once, doesn't it? Rogue, all the props just suddenly synced with each. That's great, isn't it? Dave McBride. Long, long time ago. See you later, Mikey. Thank you, mate. Good question, John. Don't know as the RAF does use the Osprey. Perhaps somebody can fill us in on that one. Sam Myler, good morning to you. It is quite murky, but the excitement is building. Keith Cornell, Swedish C-130 crossing coast at Leiston, Suffolk. That's 17,900 feet descending. Hingham, Ben Gourlay. More inimicus, more's inimicus, inimix, inimix, easy for you to say. No, they don't have them, basically. Oh, here's the rain. Here's the rain. Is the question. Did a bit of sound effects there. Lone Wolf. Frame rate. Thomas Cruikshank. Frame rate, Jerry. Frame rate. What's that? Oh, no. There's nothing you can do about the frame rate with the props. You're never gonna get them. You know. I think that's what he's talking about there, possibly. Tia Govan, F-18 Super Hornet. More, thank you. I will do. I'll call you Morse. It's sunny in Cork. People to Medley, yeah. Additional fuel tanks for long-range operations, I'm guessing. Or not so much long-range, but lengthy operations. Katie Sale. Is Cambridge Airport worth checking out? Don't know. No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, we're going to get some rain, man. What we don't need is it to come hammering it down. Let me get down and okay, while he goes out of sight, folks, just let me quickly get Cam's raincoat on. Yeah, it's just going to be showers, yeah. Huh? Not really, no. Just good idea to cover her up. Okay. Alright. Sorry folks, sorry about that. Here we go. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright. So the great thing is that she's going to taxi right up close. Glove? What, Michael Jackson glove? Just one glove, yeah? Dun, 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 dun. Here she comes. received those 2 Boeing t-shirts last night, by the way, Julie, so that package is ready to go out with the fridge magnets and the 6 stickers for our friend in America, isn't it? Big old biffer truck gonna give us a... waiting for this Are we waiting for quid 89 perhaps? Is that what we're waiting for? Two minutes. Here she comes. I've got her on visual. No speed brakes. She's going around. I think she's going to go up. I reckon she's going to go up. Yeah. So if you don't see ground spoilers, you know she's going back up. Splendid. Some of it. Okay, clear takeoff. Action, action, action. Grumpy chop. He's not so grumpy now, is he? What was that? I have to come back to that. Stall capability could go up quick. Yeah. I think the noise that we heard was very possibly the APU starting on that C-130. Yeah. I just thought it, so yeah, somebody's already said that apparently. It was, you know, as soon as the props started, it was, so. Come on, let's get some Osprey. Awesome. WWNB, you're gonna have to go to sleep and hope later, WWNB, that have to imagine that we get the U2 going out, and then see if it actually happened when you wake up in the morning. Simon Eyes, Karen Corcoran, Andrew Smith, Nick McNair, Andrew Beard, call sign Go-Go41 on the Herc. Wow, yeah, Go-Go41. It's like Inspector Gadget, isn't it? Go, extendable arms. Phase, that is Herc power. Yeah. Okay, Mark Sanderson, are there any of the C-130J Super Hercs based here? Interesting. I don't know. You tell me. Have a little look. Oh dear, Simon I's 41. He's on lates. He's on nights this week, isn't he? And he's just dragged himself out of bed. Yes, mate. Oh, he's doing a flyover now. It's also lovely for me because I've got a big monitor now, and much bigger monitor. I can see a lot clearer. So that will do a circuit and probably land, I'd imagine. It might do another touch and go, though. Don't know. She may be doing X just because sometimes they'll do a couple of circuits and then do a couple of touch and goes, you know. Yeah. Gear down. Dirty config. That's the great thing with this lead as well, I can pull it, not so much pull it, but you know, I don't have to worry about going back. I can literally do 3 circuits of the clear away. Wow, it's low this time. Watch for the spoilers. There they are. She's down. Cool, eh? Sounds like a 707 as well. The old Conway. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty. Okay, got a bit of a wrap on that, which is cool. See, that's the other bonus of having this camera, is I can use this. I don't have to do anything about that. Just let it run like that, and there she is. God bless you, yeah, cool, loving that, folks. Did you enjoy that? I did. There's still an extensive amount of work going on wing repair. That's generally a term given for engine. If there's ever any sort of like minor engine work that needs doing, classified as on-wing repair, but it seems like there is actually some work going on with that wing. Got a new member, Martin Hunter. G'day, Martin. Rab H, thank you very much indeed. Phase, TCC, Dave Jones, loving the picture, folks. Everybody loving the picture. I think the HCX 2000 is becoming a you know, I think it's been warmly welcomed into the hearts of our viewers. Would I be right in saying? Hadley Everest, Jerry, have you ever been in love? No. Have you ever shot or filmed an emergency landing? Well, we did, didn't we? At Heathrow, we had a. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Well, we had the F-15, didn't we? With the when they called out that, yeah, we had the emergency landing with the F-15. It was one engine down at Lakenheath a few months back. Unfortunately, I think it was that particular jet that also went down the next day, wasn't it, or something like that? Which 2 days later, yeah. Dave Jones, any typhoons out today, if I spelled it right? Dave Jones, that will be Coningsby. So Coningsby is on day exercises. We are still unsure of exactly what our movements are going to be as the week progresses. We're definitely going to be at London Heathrow tomorrow. We're hoping we might get the... we're hoping we may get the U2 flying out of here today. We never know, do we? Tom Berry, where are the fire trucks? I think they were just crossing the road, crossing the runway, just crossing the active, to be honest. Horseman, yeah, remember the aborted takeoff. Well, we had, didn't we? Wasn't it two on the day we had? one was a locked front gear. The nose gear on the 737 locked out into air, and then we also had a Jet 2 757 with an RTO 757 RB211 on the left-hand engine, I think it was. He spooled up, let the brakes off, and then pow! It broke. Phil Match. G'day, Phil. Hope you're well. The Nimrod. Brian Mitchell. The Nimrod used to do touch and goes down at RAF St. Morgan. Okay. Valerie Dickens. Did they use these runways in the Iraq War? Valerie, yes, I believe they probably did, didn't they? This airbase was used during the Iraq War, I'd imagine. Robert Edwards. The Nimrod. Yeah, of course. There's a few of the examples of the Nimrod around the UK, and one of which is actually at Manchester. Make sure you, if you ever get the opportunity, go to the RVP at Manchester, folks. Great place to visit with the folks. I know I go on about it, but it just, you know, it's always good to support anywhere that sort of like, you know, needs a little bit of help, especially in the current climate. Take the kids down there, take the family down there, take yourself down there. Great place to go and hang out. Got a really nice cafe, I have to say, inside the hangar that they have there. So if it's raining, you can sit inside the cafe and have a nice cup of coffee. They've also got the Concorde underneath the hangar, as well as obviously some static exhibits, including BEA Trident and the Nimrod. So there you go. Stephen Hall. Thank you, my friend. Vision thing. Don't tell him the name, Pike. Horseman, do the UK still have Apache longbows? Oh, good question. Apache longbow would be the helicopter, would it? I do know that I think, have the Apache attack helicopter. Whether that is the longbow variant, I'm not sure. But Tom Berry, would you ever go to the Mac Loop on a busy day? To be honest with you, Tom, a difficult call that. Although I'd love to go there. I don't think that I think we would struggle with signal up at the Mac Loop. Because obviously everywhere we go, if it's a new position, we have to look into local signal towers and what is available in terms of data. So whether there's a O2 Tower 3, Vodafone EE, and so on and so forth. I don't think there's a very strong signal around the Mac Loop. But also the problem with the Mac Loop is much like coming to these air bases, you could stand here all day and nothing happens. So it's a bit, you know, it's a bit of a gamble. And to go all the way out to the Mac Loop, unless you get the official word that apparently, you know, because the RAF don't use the Mac Loop anymore. I think they got booted out of there for being naughty boys, which is fair enough. And that's what I've heard anyway. Don't know if that is official, but I did hear that one of the guys went through the Mac Loop and did a vertical climb out. Which was against the regulations, so he's booted out. Nathan Rutter, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Good morning still. Here in the UK, Valerie Dickens. Renee Jensen. Good morning. They have the Apache longbow, also the normal Apache chopper. There we go. Okay. Let me have a look. Yeah, so what in terms of? Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be at Heathrow, that's for sure. But later this week could be Coningsby. Just have to see what happens, really. Hopefully. So what's the difference between just the standard Apache and the Apache longbow? Different variants, different types of armament. Nick Collins, Fairford now open till 1 a.m. Okay, interesting. Darren Emerton, we used to have Nimrods helping us with our sub-hunting efforts when I was a sonar man in the Navy. Wow. Closest I can get now is at Manchester Viewing Park, and not many submarines there. You used to be able to go on board that Nimrod, and wow, man, I mean, if you get the chance to go on one of these aircraft on static display, the inside of these things just smells of like oil, leather, rubber, you know, all those different elements mixed together. Has a very distinctive smell when you get on board these old aircraft. Recce Rat saying, I'll bring you coffee and mini rolls if you visit Wattisham. Bribing me with coffee and mini rolls. That's very kind of you, Recce Rat. Wattisham, okay, well, why not? What goes on at Wattisham? Phil Borden, g'day. Welcome to Big Jet TV. Rennie telling us it has a long-range scan, I believe, either the longbow or the non-longbow variant. But thank you for that. So it is sort of like, it just has more, it's superior in its capabilities, I'm guessing. Not so much as the attack capabilities, but maybe the seeking capabilities, I'd imagine. Tell you what, it's going to clear. Got sprinkles of water, so just a little bit of water, but it's quite welcoming, I have to say, rather than boiling hot sunshine. Dave Jones, RAF Bryce Norton gets A330s and A400s. I can meet you there with 5 bumper boxes of mineral case. It's going up now, isn't it? Yeah, you don't need to worry, Dave. In fact, we've spoken with Bryce and they've welcomed us to go and film there. There is literally, for us, not so much for stills photography, but for us, there is literally one position at Bryce, and that is looking straight down the runway towards the buildings, which gives you a great shot. Not much going on there in terms of stuff to look at whilst there's nothing happening on the runway, but most definitely there's a lot of things do go on at Bryce. They get the Apaches there. I've seen images of the Apaches. I've seen, like you say, the A400M, along with, of course, the A330 air-to-air refueling tankers, but also our own government aircraft as well, which is in and out of there on a regular basis. Phil Madge, is it possible to get a daily flying programme from Mildenhall? No, Phil, is the answer to that. It is literally, you know, you just have to sort of like see what happens. Sherry, yes. Nick Collins, typhoons aren't allowed in the loop, I believe. There we go. Millimetric radar, Recce Rat saying. Is that perhaps what the other variant of the Apache, the longbow, has over the other longbow, the other Apache? I just had a contact from Magma Aviation. I got a beautiful new livery on one of their 747s, folks. Check it out. I think images are up on the net now. Maybe Civ Mill. What is it, Julie? Civ Mill? The Twitter account, Civ Mill. Civ Mill Air on Twitter, folks. Good place if you're on Twitter. If you've got a Twitter account, follow Civ Mill Air. We're good friends of theirs, and they look after us as well. Nathan Rutter heading out for a ride to Woodford, like he says, where the Vulcan bomber was built. Andrew Grange, Longbow radar. Longbow has the radar dome above the rotor. Ah, okay, there we go. David Bridges, there we go. Yes, now I know what you're talking about. Yes, indeed. Strongbow, let's take it. Yes, there we go. It's the one that they basically hide behind the tree line, and the radar is they can just poke the radome above the radar, above the treetops, to seek and destroy. Anyway, Barry Quinlan, thank you. Okay, Stephen Hall. Well, I didn't actually do the show with Serco, did I? That was all planned, but it never actually happened. Can't remember the reason why, to be honest with you. But most definitely, Darlington, due to be getting US Air Force there. So we'll keep us posted on that, Stephen. Like to obviously get as much information on that as possible. It's a long drive, but worth it if something's happening, most definitely. I'll drive anywhere for you know, for you guys. Because it's got the auto, because I hadn't moved the camera, it's got an auto sleep thing on it, which I'll have to, there should be an eco setting on here. Hold on a minute, let me just have a look. Okay. Well, I think that, I think it's got an auto cut-off if you don't use the battery use the camera for a specific amount of time. So sorry about that. That's still on the same setting, isn't it, Gillette? No, it's still good. It's still good. Baz Eatwell, just confirming that the RAF, it's just the RAF that's banned in the loop. The RAF is banned in the loop, can you believe it? There is another route still being used by a few RAF flights. There's been a few Eagles through the loop and Navy Hawk T1s, wow. Andrew Smith, that sounds like an absolute a dream to go and film that at Halfpenny Green. What a lovely sounding place to go and spend an afternoon filming light aircraft, Cessnas and Pipers. It's funny because when we were at filming the what was it at down in Kent. God, we go so many bloody places. Sometimes I forget places. Just have a look. Blimey. Aero Legends, that's what it was, wasn't it? We were down at Aero Legends, Headcorn in Kent. And the some of the light aircraft, because it's obviously an instruction school there as well, flight training school for youngsters wishing to, you know, move on into the civil or perhaps the military side later on. But there were quite a few folks down there who were hoping that we might catch them on the stream. Perhaps we did, but it sounds lovely anyway. Dave Jones, I'd like to. Certainly like to film the Bournemouth Air Show. Got to speak to them, haven't we? Woodford Stratford has been sold. Full of houses. It's what happened to a lot of bomber stations after the war. Well, more so recently, turned into housing estates or farmland. Just reclaimed the areas and using the runways for storage and so on and so forth. So here comes that rain now. It's coming in pretty heavy now. So let's get this up, shall we? Because there's no point in getting soaking wet. I'll tell you what we'll do. We could actually Daniel Morgan, you should come and do an Aberdeen show. Love to. 6 years plus for the Sea Fury. What's that? What do you mean 6 years plus for the Sea Fury? 6 years, what, for... To repair it? Oh my God, yeah. It's actually a long, well, restoration and repair, and it's just like massive... because a lot of, you know, those old warbirds, you have to fabricate the parts. You can't go and buy that sort of stuff off the shelf, unless of course there might be a couple sitting in the desert out in Mojave or something like that. That might be actually an opportunity. I don't know, because that out in the boneyards in America, they got some proper old. They've got loads of B-17s and so that. But 6 years, wow. Wow, that's crazy, isn't it? Because they have to be, that aircraft will literally have to be stripped down, rivet by rivet, and rebuilt. Otherwise, she won't get a license to fly. Hello day at Yeovilton. I miss my Navy days on the links. Chris Roberts saying. So Dave Jones, I see the A400s take off, loop around the runway, go somewhere else, but whilst the A400s are busy, an RAF A330 takes off as well. So he's talking about Bryce there. Yeah, Bryce is definitely on the cards, folks. It's clearing from the. It's clearing. He's not. The AN124 was at Bryce yesterday. The reason why I missed yesterday's live show, Andrew Smith saying, wow. So yeah, I mean, I do know that they get quite a lot of sort of like, you know, unique and sort of like oddities in at Bryce. Sherry, hoping that one of these Ospreys may take to the skies, but by the look of it, that's you can see the steps at the back of the aircraft there. Looks like there's quite a significant amount of work going on there. Obviously the engine covers are on her, as well as the other ones as well. So I think they're doing night operations at the moment on the Osprey, with the Ospreys. So let me just wow, must have anti-slip boots on, I'd imagine. Oh, here comes that little right, we're done with that. This little French thing. Yeah, someone said it on the feed earlier on, I'm not sure. It's French, I know that. What's that? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't think so. TBM 700. So we got something come. Hello, mate. Flipping it. Gets everywhere, doesn't he? Odgie's here with his old man. You look the same age. Very capable aircraft, can fly quite high and fast, that TBM 700, he enjoys saying. So would this be possibly a VIP on board this aircraft, or Alex Crosby? Me loves that one. He loves it. Bought some mini rolls last night, but I put them in the fridge. That might be a negative thing. It might work out all right, but we'll have to see. Because I'm not a big fan of putting chocolate in the fridge, because it goes white, doesn't it? It gets all that horrible sort of like whitey sort of like stuff on it, doesn't it? Doesn't taste the same when you put chocolate in the fridge, or at least when it's melted and you put it in the fridge. Something like that, anyway. Chris Hibbard, wasn't there some talk a few years back that group of French Concorde engineers were trying to get one of their Concordes to fly? Yeah, there's been rumours like that, you know, that have popped up and every now and then. But for a start, the FAA just would never sanction it, because they just wouldn't. They wouldn't give it a license to fly, so to speak. And can you imagine just the cost of you know, renovating one of those, restoring it, should I say? Because it would be a restoration job, you know, for a Concorde. Even though it's a relatively, you know, in terms of historic aircraft, it's a relatively modern jet, but Gazette, morning from Coningsby. Must be 20 typhoons gone up, the last two with afterburners on. Put your mini rolls in the freezer, epic. Oh, I don't know. I guess you could have them with a bit of ice cream, couldn't you? Let them defrost a little bit. Oh, I don't flipping know. Hammer, chocolate has no business in the fridge. Good stuff. Weather radar. Simon Corbett, whether it has to be out there because of the prop. Okay, say, folks, sorry. Is that French Air Force? This goes like poo off a shovel, this thing, I think. Go. So what are we thinking here? Are we gonna? It is the French Air Force. Thank you, David. Wow, Ian Roper, pressurised high performance can fly at 31,000 feet. Alan, also, good day to you, Alan. Hope you're well. Anonymous Bob, I would imagine that that's probably carrying a, you know, I don't know who it would be, personnel. I just don't really know. Jimmy Adams, want a twirl. Never a big fan of twirls. Was twirls the, what was the, curly whirly, wasn't it? Oh, no, they are nice. Yes, yes, I do like them. Yes, yeah. It's 2 bars, isn't it? Yeah. Count Corcoran, Matthew Watts, GN Man, Nathan Rutter confirming that is French Air Force. Keith Cornell, French Air Force, based in Bordeaux, I think he's saying there. Okay, so that's heading back to Bordeaux. Bournemouth Air Festival will be virtual this year over 3 days, so there is no Bournemouth Air Show, by the sounds of it, Paul Weaver saying. Horseman saying, we're doing a display next week, Jerry. Well, Horseman, let's put that firmly on the schedule. Need to obviously speak with our contacts there, but if you can get the ball rolling in terms of a camera crew coming in there to film it for you, we'll obviously copy that into the folks there, and so on and so forth. So if you can get the ball rolling there, Horseman, that would help us immensely. Because obviously, even at this stage of the game, what are we talking, Tuesday? It's you know, in terms of, I mean, I know it's not an official airport, or so to speak, so therefore passes should be relatively straightforward and easy. And we've already had a contact with the guys at Duxford, so it should be relatively straightforward. Paul Weaver, the RAF Red Arrows are recording a special section for the Bournemouth Air Festival. Russell, what are mini rolls in the US? Ho-hos, okay. Definitely not Twinkies, but they're just, yeah. I mean, best thing to do is just to have a look online. Really, just Google Cadbury's mini rolls. Duxford 2-ship display. That should be good. Obviously, the problem I have when we're doing a 2-ship display, or more than one, more than a solo display, would the complexity for that, with that for me, is obviously when they split, I've got to follow one of them, haven't I? So, but it is just the way. It's a bit like what we did with the Red Arrows the other week. Quite difficult. Davy Jones. Oh look, there's a twirl here. Look, he's got me a twirl. Look. Good lad. Good lad. Thanks, mate. I better eat it quick, hadn't I? That's my excuse anyway. Thanks, man. You're a star. Cheers. I'll give you a sticker when I come down. All right, mate. I'm gonna get this one down my neck pretty quick. What are we doing up here then, Paul? Cool, man. It's not too far, is it? Well, the reason I'm here at this end is because, obviously, with the U2, Still on the ground, yeah. So apparently it was, you know, it's an easy fix. So yeah, KC 135 went out. Another one came back, did a touch and go, circled the field, landed. Yeah, had a hurt going out, yeah. But other than that, nothing really. Had a 767 going out.
I saw that on radar this morning, yeah. It was before you went live, wasn't it?
Yeah. Huh? Not at the moment, no. That must be Jimmy Adams over there then, who just gave me that 12. Thanks, Jimmy, mate. Phil Madge. Thanks, Phil. You're going to head up to Lakenheath? 7 o'clock. Yeah. But they're on night ops as well, aren't they? Well, it's the ANA triple, and I think maybe China Southern's going to be with the 380, possibly. Yeah. Is it? Old Git 15 saying the Herc that went out earlier is now descending over Fakenham, which is Kent. So that's interesting. Go 41 coming back, Keith Cornell. I think that was the Herc, wasn't it? That's the call sign for the Herc, wasn't it? Oh, is it? Okay, Fakenham is... Fakenham... I thought Fakenham was in Kent. Oh, well, never mind. Is it near Sweden or something? No. Okay. Renee, yeah, I think she's ready to fly. I think the fix was relatively straightforward, but it's just a case of whether we do hang around here all day or whether we head over to Lakenheath and get the afternoon action after lunch, because this could be relatively low on the ground, thin on the ground in terms of action here today. Stocko Trader, where is he? Where's old Stocko Trader then? Give us a wave, he said. I don't know where he is. He needs to give me a wave so I can see him. He said he can hear me. He's in the motorhome. Well, does he? Don't know. He said he can hear me a couple of 100 yards away from him, so I don't know. Stocko Trader, we've I remember him. He's long term, isn't he? He's been Fakenham, Norfolk, of course it is. Yes, of course, Fakenham in Norfolk. So I'd imagine that this guy's going to do some circuits. I don't think he's. I was doing circuits at the moment in Fakenham, Norfolk, of course. Our horsemen, we do formation aerobatics. Oh, okay, that's good. That's great. Formation aerobatics with a couple of P-51s. That's crazy, man. Must sound fantastic. Oh, Thomas Force saying the wing commander was walking around the Lakenheath viewing area earlier, saying hello to everyone. Apparently, well, that's fantastic. Go to Lakenheath, Matt saying, here we go. Here's the first one coming in saying, go to Lakenheath. Oh. Because I can't see him. I mean, there's a little parking lot over there, which can't see him. I bet Lakenheath's Ramo though, innit? Let's see what Go-Go does when he comes back. Grandad sings. La 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 la. Oh, Grandad singing. I remember the old songs back in the day. Speedy Robin saying, stay put, patience will be rewarded. Faversham, Ian Roper, there we go. I was thinking of Faversham in Kent. You see, it's not too bad, is it? Go 41 might do cargo drop exercises over Scunthorpe training area. Right, okay, there we go. Wow. Hey, Grandad. Rich from Sheffield. Stansted for some commercial stuff. Can't think we'd get a lot more action at Stansted other than 737s. But hey, got some good freighter stuff over there. Recce Rat saying not much happening at Lakenheath. 6Y, Mildenhall sounds like the best bet, I reckon. Okay, well, 6Y is thrown $10 in the pot just to keep me here. Speedway chips. They're having their lunch, aren't they? So we'll definitely hang here for a little while longer. smiling. Oh. We love you. Human language. Fishing thing, go to Lake Neve, don't go to Lake Neve, go outside, don't go outside, go shopping, don't go shopping. Chris Scapoli. Got a 350 and a 380 overhead, but I'm not going to see that. Steve Russell. The Saudi F-15s are due in tonight around about 7 PM. That's the latest that we're hearing. Are you off? You going? It's... Well, don't blame him. All right, mate. Yeah, look after yourselves. Thanks for your support as well, mate. Oh, F-15 going in. Wow, they descend so quick, man. Hello, mate. I'm okay. How you doing? Good, good. You getting them done, are you? Good, man. It's going to take time, innit? All right, chaps. How's it going? All right. Hiya. How you doing? Not a lot going on, I'm afraid. There's nothing. There's a lot going on over there, is there? Yeah. It was quite busy, wasn't it? Really? I'm wondering if it's worth going the other end of the runway. Have you not? There's some... I drove past it. Last time I was here, I drove past it on the way out. So, might be worth having a look at that as an option. Yes, mate. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time to get those images done, isn't it? We'll get there. Okay. So yeah, let me just have a quick look and see this this position. Let's go to Google Earth. my my Google Earth is still up at Prestwood. Okay, so so the other end, that's the road there. Damn, there's no RAF located RAF US Air Force Post Office. It's interesting, because I could have sworn when I drove past it, I had a clear sight of the What's that? Yeah. Sorry, folks. I'm just having a look at options here in terms of my positioning. So be patient with me. Wendy Ann Kemp, thank you very much indeed, Wendy. Don't know much more I can entertain you. I have to start dancing in a minute. Yeah, just looking on here to see whether there is any, because that boundary around Lakenheath is pretty, in terms of roads and access and all that kind of stuff, it's mainly all okay. Oh no, that is the 1112, isn't it? So what's this? How far up does that go? Try that, I guess. That's yeah, the closest you're gonna get is South Road. Let's have a look and see. Saft. Okay, 3.9 miles away. We could try that one, but that would be all about positioning. That would be a positioning exercise more than anything else, to be honest.
This is definitely nothing going on here, is there?
Panda bananas. Anthony York, welcome, Anthony. Wow, Jeff Anderson. The storms were so gnarly where he was. The power flicked on and off. When you what was that? Cornbread. I had my cornbread in the oven. Okay, that's pretty irrelevant, isn't it? But even so. Anthony York watched for a while and had to join. Oh, that's very kind of you, Anthony. Good to see you here. Hope you're well. Tell us about yourself, where you are. No, don't do that, Jerry. Don't be dancing. Come on, boys. Give her a ground run. How about just a ground run? Tease us with a ground run. How about that? Some action going on around one of the Ospreys. Well, yeah. The only problem is that, you know, when you see those engine covers on, it just means that nothing else is going to happen. You would hope that, obviously, with all the activity and the extinguishers where they are, would kind of signify. But I believe apparently there are some night exercises going on with these guys with the Ospreys up in Thetford Forest, which is north of us here, I believe. Doing some sort of like emergency evac exercises in the evening. Wow, awesome. Just having a bacon roll at Datsun and coffee and then going to do some flying. Wow, fair play. Is that in the P51 by any chance? John Payne, Mildenhall can be a sleepy town airfield, yeah. It's just, hope we get a little bit more action. Tuning in from Ohio, Harry Thunderwhite. G'day to you, Harry. Anthony York joining from Dorset. Get the Ospreys down here occasionally on the local army ranges. Yeah, Dorset. Yes, some flat land down there, isn't there, where they do the exercises. And there's also Sandy Humby. Well, I don't know. I think this camera might have a night vision option on it, but when it's green and it's all green, it's a little bit. But maybe for army for night exercises with the night camera could be good for military, I guess. Kieran Barrett waiting for action at Marham now. Wow, Horseman, P51 and then the Spitfire Mark 9. Wow, good afternoon of flying for you then, mate. John Payne asking if the bird in hand is still open. Well, I don't know. It's worth two in the bush, though, isn't it? Hey, ba-dum. Sarah Deal tuning in all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, nice rig, man. Nice rig. That's a cool rig. Number 19. Jackie B back to Big Jet TV. Now the seminar is done. You like fire engines? That's a fire engine, isn't it? See that legging it down anywhere in America, really, couldn't you? I remember the first time I went to America. I was staying in a hotel, and there was all this commotion down in the lobby, and all these fire engines turned up, and I'm like, blooming heck, what's going on? Is there a massive fire or something? Turns out that they, I subsequently found out that they, whenever there is an incident, it was actually someone who had a heart attack. They will, the fire crews will go out just for the sake of staying active, along with the paramedics, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I think they have paramedics on board as well. You know, they don't. Yeah. Needs more chrome. Oh, what the truck? Kate Brycelin is waiting for an AN124 to take off at Bryce at 1 o'clock. Oh, blimey! Really? Which
We
the Horseman, weird singing American fire tendon fire truck. I'm guessing when he's in the UK. Weird to see in the he got there in the end. Never make it to Bryce in time. There's the other big rig. Daniel Morgan, Daniel's brother is at Coningsby, said there's loads of typhoons up. Yeah, seems like a full exercise going on up there. And apparently I'm also hearing, I don't know if that was your brother, maybe Daniel, who said that a couple of them went up with reheat, which is always fantastic to see, of course. Oh, David Edwards, I couldn't agree with you more, mate. Absolute travesty. People leaving their trash wherever they might be. Beaches, out in the fields, wandering. It's just, you know, in today's modern society, knowing how that trash can so easily, you know, get into the water and end up, you know, just polluting the ocean, man. It's your world. Flipping look after it, you flipping scumbag. Let's fly away. Good afternoon to you. Steph Quinlan. Tender. Martin Clint Lad. Good afternoon. Jeff Anderson, these Osprey crewmen are hanging under the water. Yeah, it is warm here today, very warm indeed. But I don't think that particular aircraft is going anywhere soon, just because of the fact that it's, you know, it's got the access steps up there. They're crawling all over it. Looks like the starboard engine may be something to do with the, because they did turn those engines on their axis earlier on to the vertical position. So whether it's anything to do with the those rotating devices that are on those engines, I don't know. The guy at the back, is he suiting up? Oh, did I just miss that? Highly unlikely, seeing as they're still working on it. But hey, they might do a ground run on it. I don't know. Wow. Keith Cornell went to Redbridge Emergency Services show. They sent a fire truck from Bentwaters. I think had 68 different codes for fires on Bentwaters. Wow. Well, I'm guessing, yeah, anything from sort of like a simple sort of like, you know, curbside fire to like, you know, full on, you know, building fire, whatever. Grandad sings, I live near Manchester. When is the next Virgin 747 going for scrap? We should be getting word on that at least in the next week or so, I'd imagine, Mr. Sings. Sandy Humphrey does a beach clean every month with a group of volunteers. I'd be into that. I'd be up for that. If you know, if I was ever in the area, I'd definitely be. I'd give up an afternoon to do that, or give up a day to do that, because I think it's. But it just is. It's just. It's a shame that you have to give up your time to go and pick up the rubbish that some other scumbag has thrown down. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that every piece of rubbish is as a result of somebody's, you know, neglect for the environment, because obviously sometimes, you know, rubbish just accidentally, you know, a piece of a paper or whatever, tissue or whatever, might just fall out someone's handbag or pocket or whatever. But you know, I'm talking about the people that just go down there. Ironically enough, they take bags with them full of all their stuff, and then just unwrap everything, just drink all their drink, and then just leave it on the beach for somebody else to clean up. They're the people that should be going down there and cleaning it up. You know what I mean? Put them on CCTV and catch them, and you know. Anyway, whatever. Kate Breisling tomorrow at London Heathrow. 109 is going back to Sywell. 109 is going back to Sywell. Interesting. 109 being... believe that they have moved the maintenance out of the hangars. Oh yeah, for just because it's cooler. I'm guessing, yeah, because I'd imagine that you know, normally they'd be. I mean, that is one hangar. Exactly what goes on in there, I don't know. There are other hangars over there, so but I can imagine that, yeah, it's probably easier for them to more you know, cooler conditions for them to work on the aircraft on the outside rather than inside a stuffy old hangar, although they probably have big blowers in there. Tony Austin, just seen it announced, travellers to France will not be allowed to board an aircraft if wearing a reusable mask. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So you have to actually buy one of the cloth ones, I'd imagine. Ali Nicol was attached to 208 Squadron, where they had Buccaneers at Lossiemouth. Wow. There's a... Wow. Hilly hog. Them were the good old days, eh? Air show at Mildenhall. Andy Hall. Any chance of zooming in on the tails of the Ospreys? Yeah, I can do that. That shouldn't be a problem. I can go to position number 2 on there. Does that give you anything? You've got a reg on that? That's the only one that I can... Okay, I'll go to next one up. Hold on a minute, going to 5. There we go, 0064, United States Air Force. Yeah, other than that, can't see the tails of the other ones, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, love that sound, man. Got that, Andy? Unfortunately, that's the only tail that I can pick out any of the reg or idents. Simon Corbett, Greenham Common when I was young. Yeah, might have even been there with you, Simon. Yeah, I've got fluids. All right, Stu. Thanks, mate. Oh, I missed that one. So aircraft returning. Where's our hurt? Where's that Go 41 or whatever it was? Jeff Anderson. Just north of Schiphol. Wow. That's why he's got those big old drop tanks on him, isn't he? All of the Starlifters and C5s that were built in the same factory that built the F-22s and C-130s, just north of Jeff in Marietta, Georgia. Green helicopter for me. Wow. Steph Quinlan's other half is a veteran Challenger 11 tank commander. Fair play. Martin Hodgson, where did you hear 18th of August? Somebody said that, I think yesterday, 18th of August for the next 747 out of Manchester. Lord Trago. More F-15s heading back to Lakenheath. Paul MK saying, yeah, and there they are. So that'll be probably a very busy afternoon's activities going on there at Lakenheath, I'd imagine. Is it worth getting ourselves over there, getting into position? There's a two. What are we going to do then? I mean, I feel so much better when I don't feel better. It's just a standard procedure for me. If I go anywhere, I always keep an eye on me litter, you know. It's just, but they're obviously just badly educated people who just don't give a damn.
want to get over there. Wow. It's going off, isn't it? Fancy a bit of that. Fancy a bit of Lakenheath. Spot of lunch. Spot of lunch and get over there. That's it. Wow, Mark Sanderson saying Qantas sending most of its 787-9s to storage. Blimey. Darren Emerton. A few people have picked up on that, seeing the AN225 cockpit footage and seeing me through the window as well. Mr. 67 Steve, yes. Some of the things people just leave. I mean, you know, just Anonymous Bob, RAF Mildenhall and Lakenheath are both US Air Force bases, even though it's called RAF Lakenheath. It is an RAF, originally an RAF station, but Trent XWB, this is from Russ White. The Trent XWB 84 engine is set to be subject to an airworthiness directive from regulator EASA. Rolls said because of wear on a small number of intermediate pressure compressor turbines. Oh my God. Isn't that kind of what happened with the... oh, look at this fella, look. Isn't that kind of what happened with the Trents? Have it, son. It's a way of getting around the airfield, isn't it? Hey, fair play to the geezer. Let's see how he tackles this turn, look. He's got a bit of a turn coming up. See how good he is. Is he going to come off the gas or is he going to have it flat out? Lean, son, lean. You need to lean. Easy, easy. No, he's done that before, hasn't he? Got a bit of a lean on there. Good lad. It's a bit like that geezer in France the other day, isn't it? Remember that? Oh. Wow. Been out on the 323. Vinnie Jones, good afternoon to you. So yeah, just getting back to what Russ was saying there about the XWB. Of course, the XWB being the A350 engine. Issues with wear on a small number of intermediate pressure compressor blades. So the high pressure and low pressure turbines within the engine, there are the tiny little blades. There's obviously far more of the compressor blades than there are, of course, the main fan blades at the front of the front of the engine, which is just on one axis. But the axles, but the small compressor blades that are deeper in the engine are what caused obviously there was cracking on the Trent 1000s. But that's interesting to see that or read that Rolls-Royce having issues with the intermediate pressure compressor blades and wear, not cracking but wear. Brian Best, good afternoon, welcome to Big Jet TV, hope you're well. Simon Corbett, do we ever get the AN22 in the UK? Well, we have done, haven't we? I think Manchester. If things like that, just you should normally go into Manchester. I don't remember that. Steve Russell talking about images of buccaneers trying to sink the Tory Canyon. Obviously, they'd talking about oil spillage, that awful thing that's happened at out in is it Mauritius? No. It is Mauritius, isn't it? The tanker, oil tanker that's run aground. 2 weeks apparently the Chinese sat on it. 2 weeks, didn't say anything about it. By which time it's all the oil's got into the mangrove swamps now and everything. It's like too little, too late, mate. You know, no. You got to put an emergency operation into effect immediately when something like that happens, man. You don't sit around waiting for 2 weeks for something. Wow, look at that. Got a little moped on it as well, look. Even the moped's got. Yeah. Cool. Like that. Big wave of those jets going in, man. Well, I think we should get ourselves over the other side, should we? Andy Hall's got a print out of the aircraft based at Mildenhall. Horseman's just getting the Spitfire ready. Thunderbolt Dragon. Sounds like the I'm way back on the comments here, folks. There we go, Colin Hill. AN22 last in Manchester, 27, December 27. Geezer's flipping sunbathing on the back of it. Oh, that ain't going anywhere, is it? WWNB still up, isn't he? Or should we try that? Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to try that position, which is down a lane, not too far from here. It's about, I think, how far was it? Oh, 6.4 miles. Really? Wow. Okay, okay. Should we do that then, folks? Give you guys a little break, and we'll head off to Lakenheath and see what happens. Just go pop, pop. Just go pop, pop. Okay, folks, got a couple of options. We are going to head over to Lakenheath. It's a gamble because obviously, you know, we've still got this U2 here, but you just don't know, do you? You could be sitting here all afternoon and nothing happens. So at least we know we're going to get some action over at Lakenheath. So we're going to down tools and get ourselves over there. I've got a little recce that I'm going to do just to check and see whether there is a position for the arriving aircraft and obviously for the departing as well, which is the opposite end of the runway. We'll see how we get on there. So check back in here. Well obviously you'll get a notification on your app. But either way, we'll be back with you within the hour, I would have thought, or somewhere around about that period. All right, see you in a bit. Cheers.